Good evening, listeners, and welcome to this week's interview with your host, Anthony Drago. First of all, let me say that I hope you guys missed me because I really missed you all. We did not have a program for 2 weeks in a row. I had to go out of the country to take care of some urgent matters. But I left you in the able hands of our producer Sam, and so he replayed a couple of our programs. I hope that was able to suffice. Um, those of you who are joining us for the first time, this is This Week in Interview, a TDN Media production, and we do this every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can find us on tdnradio.net if you're not able to watch, tdntv.net for those who prefer to watch outside of Facebook. Of course, we are on Facebook Live on this Week in Interview Facebook page, as well as TDN Radio Facebook page and TDN TV Facebook page. You can find us in several locations. We are on Instagram, we are on YouTube, TDN Network 1 for YouTube, Instagram, TDN Radio Caribbean. If you just search for us, you will find us. You can also download the app. We are in both the Apple Store as well as the Android store. You can find us there. If our own app or apps such as Tuning or wherever else you get your radio station. So good evening to my regular listeners. As I said at the top of the show, we did this 2 weeks in a row. I was not with you and apologize for that. Sometimes unforeseen things happen, and that was such an occasion. So also there are folks that listen to us in Dominica on RVR Jams Radio on Digital Channel 59. So good night to you if you are listening to us on the Nature Eye. For 2022, we're talking about empowerment. And a big part of my empowerment is to really help to promote our local businesses. And local in this context really has an international flavor because technology allows us to be local no matter where we are located geographically. And so we've highlighted a couple of businesses, and tonight I'm really excited. There's a young man, entrepreneurial young man who has planted his stake, so to speak, and started his own company. So if you are in the Houston metro area and you have anything that you need to move, whether it's a couch or an entire house or an apartment, anything in between, Flo Movers is your man. And he's my guest tonight on this weekend interview. But I always do the CARICOM anthem before we jump in and introduce you to my guest. So let's listen to Michael Henderson doing the CARICOM anthem. And when I come back, I'm going to tell you all you need to know so that you can get your moving needs met if you are in the Houston metro area. So stay tuned and we'll be right back.
From many distant lands, our forefathers came, some seeking adventure, some bound in chains. Through battles waged and fought, through victory and pain, by test of their courage, our freedom was gained. In homage to those gone before us, the heroes of lands in the sun, we vow to join hands and to focus on building one Caribbean. Raise your voices high, sing of your Caribbean pride. Sing it loud and strong, feel our hearts beat as one. Celebrate in song as we rise to high. victory drum for Caracom. Though great and diverse be our ethnicities, the bonds that unite us are stronger than these. We die, we pray, we love, we dance and we play, but we relate to each other, rest in Yahweh. Today as a people united, determined and steadfast we stand. We look to a brand new horizon, the future now firmly in our hands. Raise your voices high and sing of your Caribbean pride. Sing it loud and strong, feel our hearts beat as one. Celebrate in song as we rise to heights where we belong. Sound the victory drum for Caracom.
All right, so we're back, and thank you for staying with us through the break. Actually, we did a short version of the CARICOM anthem because we are anxious to get back and talk to you. And plus, we have two interviews for you tonight because in the second half of the show, we will be talking to Mary Benjamin and Roslyn, and they're going to talk to us about the Love Alone charity. That will be on the second half after our break. But right now with me, I have a young man that I'm excited to talk to. His name is Kishan Flora, but tonight he is here in his capacity as the principal and the owner of Flow Movers. It's a moving company, moving agency that can meet any of your moving needs, whether you have to move a barrel from point A to point B to ship it and you're in the Houston area, or you have to move your entire place. Kishan is your man, and tonight he's going to tell you all about his business and how you can reach him. So Kishan, it's really a pleasure and delight to have you on tonight. Welcome to this interview.
Thank you so much for having me.
Kishan, can you hear me?
Yes.
Your mic is muted, maybe.
So,
No, it's not muted.
can you hear me?
Very faint.
No.
There's a little bit of an echo. What changed?
Let's see.
Go ahead. I heard that, although you whispered it. So go ahead.
Can you hear me now?
Very loud and clear.
Okay.
Awesome. Yeah, so I'll say welcome to this weekend interview. It's a delight to have you. I'm excited to learn about and to share about your business with the audience.
Well, thank you so much again, like I said, for having me. And like you said, the business is basically a moving business called Flow
Mhm.
Movers. My name is Kishan Flora, so I use basically the last three letters of my last name, FLO, and created a moving business based on that. So Flow Movers basically stands for fast, loyal, organized movers.
Fast, loyal, organized movers. So when people want to move their stuff, they're very sensitive because almost everybody has a nightmare scenario where their couch got damaged or something very valuable got dropped and was broken and that kind of thing. Um, Talk to the audience about your approach to handling and to bringing how do you approach your business that can assure somebody that you will take proper care of their goods.
Okay. So first of all, the approach, first of all, is to educate my movers about basically the correct ways and methods to actually handle the property of the customers. And in short, I basically let them know like, hey, you have to move this and take care of this as if it was your own property. So that is basically step number one. Also, we go as far as wrapping if the customer needs us to wrap their stuff, and we actually also suggest different ways to the customer and how we can, better package their property to prevent damage.
Okay, so what you're saying is that you start basically with training your staff
Definitely.
because that is key. Okay, and when you come to my house, just walk me through um, what's going to make me feel assured. How what's your professional approach? Any of those things that inform us about your philosophy in terms of the business.
So customer service to me is everything. That's in any business. I mean, professionalism is everything. So firstly, we definitely have to be on time for the job. We try not
Okay.
to be late. So punctuality is a must for me. And I lead by example. So I'm sometimes on the job with like a crew. I might be one of the persons here too. And first of all, I show them like, hey, punctuality is everything. Also, communication with the customer before, during, and after the job. So they know like, hey, I'm en route, or I give them an ETA, I'm X amount of minutes away, all up leading to the job. And then when I'm actually at the customer's house, obviously you greet the customer, good morning, good afternoon, that manners, that we taught that at a young age. And basically, then I get a rundown from the customer of what he or she wants done. So I don't just dive into it, but I want to hear exactly what it is that you want done, and then we go from there.
Right. So I really like that. I really like the fact that you're saying that you listen to the needs of the customer because every customer has a different need, and a mover is almost like a therapist. The same way I think like when you go if you run in a bar, people come in there and you're dealing with them at some of their most fragile moments. Um, so I mean, just talk to us about some of those experiences, some of the feedback that you've gotten from customers who you have done the service for.
So on I am on two different moving platforms, U-Haul Moving Help and also Hire Helper. And on both of those platforms, I have a 5-star rating by customers.
Awesome. That is awesome.
So in every move, it's different, and you will not different customers, different personalities, and you have to be able to adjust to every type of customer. So rapport also helps. So you build rapport with the customer and fill the customer out. Because like you said, moving is stressful. So what we're there for is to take the stress away. So I don't want to be in the position to make it any harder for the customer. My job is to make your move a breeze. So we do what is necessary, like I said, in regards to filling out the customer, building rapport, maybe even cracking a joke now and then, having the customer smile. All that is part of the game.
Awesome. So I really like what you just said because your name is Flo and you talk about making the move a breeze. So
Definitely.
that really emphasizes the your mindset because people move for different reasons. People get evicted. I'm going through the stressful ones first. They get evicted, they get divorced, they break up, whatever. And so the last thing they want to do is to worry about how their stuff is getting moved from point A to point B. So you play a very important role. I want you to go over slowly the ways in which customers can get in contact with you for their moving needs?
Okay, so like I said, I am on two moving platforms. One is on Moving Help, which is a platform created by U-Haul. So if you look up Flow Movers on that platform, you will definitely find us. I'm also on another platform called Hire a Helper, and that is a totally different platform. But also we have a 5-star rating on there as well. And I also have my personal website where you can just go to directly, cut off the middleman, and get to me directly as well.
So tell them how like whatever phone number, email, whatever. Go ahead and
Definitely. The phone number that you could reach me at would be 346-448-2724. Again, that is 346-448-2724. And the email that we could be reached at is FLO movers at gmail.com.
flowmovers at gmail.com. Just
Correct.
take the phone number one more time for those that had to run for their pen.
That is 346 448
346 448
2724. 24.
2724.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Yeah. So listeners, there you have it. And I really wanted to emphasize the type of service that you offer, because most people think of moving companies when they're going to move, relocate an apartment, relocate a place. But I'm sure that like in Houston, I know, for example, a lot of people have cars, and then maybe they have a big purchase, or somebody wants to send. I mean, when I used to be in Houston, to get a barrel out to get shipped is quite a haul. You can provide some of those services.
Yeah, we definitely can. And as a matter of fact, all too recently, a customer was asking me to get something cleared out on the Port of Houston for them. And basically, we do all types of moves. So some of our major services include packing, unpacking. Some customers don't want to pack, so we could do that as well. But our main thing is loading and unloading. So this is where basically the manpower comes in. A lot of the items are heavy, and that's what
Right.
customers do not want to do. So we provide the labor right there to get that done for you. And
And
also
sorry.
customers who
Mhm.
have things like gun safes and pianos, we do all of those too.
Those, I mean, those are very specialized moving. A piano move is not an easy, is not an easy move. Somebody is anticipating my next question, so we should go ahead and handle it. Somebody is saying local movers or cross country. So tell the audience where you primarily are located, or if no job is too small or too big, I don't know. Go ahead and tell them.
So we are based out of Houston, like you were saying, and we've been most of our job is within Houston and the surrounding areas, but we have had approaches to go across country, like you said. Now, the important thing I want to highlight here also for customers is that sometimes you hear a moving company and they think that, okay, you have the truck and all that stuff. But I wanna highlight that in our case, what we really focus on is providing the manpower. So
Okay.
a lot of our customers take care of that part where they get their trucks from U-Haul, Penske, or Budget, whatever the case. They provide their trucks. They rent their trucks from that, and all they require from us is, like I said, the services of coming into their home, packing their stuff, loading it onto the truck, unloading it, and so forth. They just want to
So
ensure that it's properly done.
so what you're saying now, but if I'm busy, or I've never rented a truck from U-Haul, and I just think it's a hassle, that you would not be able to do that, handle that aspect for the person.
Yes, I have done that before as well. So if
Okay,
that
so
is
you
a
do.
hassle for the customer, we can definitely take care of it.
Right,
That is
right. So in other words, you cater into everybody's needs. If somebody prefer to have their truck, and all they need is manpower assistance, then you provide that. But if somebody wants a hands off, say, listen, I want to move from that street across town to there, or to another place. Here's my keys, go in, pack, load the truck, go unpack it, mount my bed, mount my table, all of that. I imagine you can full service, as Angela said, full
Yes,
service. You have the ability to offer the full service as well.
yes, we do. Yes,
Okay.
and we do commercial moves as well. Yes, not too couple months back, we actually assisted a very big company in basically they cater for it's pretty much like a resort, and they deal with all kinds of things basically in forms of entertainment and having people have a good time, and we basically assisted them with that move as well.
Moving the equipment and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we know a lot of folks are relocating to Houston. Houston is one of the hot destinations now. People are moving from New York, and they're relocating to Houston. And so, I want to tell you listeners, contact flow movers if you're moving to Houston. Even if you send your stuff over, they can help you unpack it. They
Definitely.
can help you set it up. They have the local knowledge. The whole Houston metro area is pretty much their backyard. So tell me a little bit about you, because when people come to your business, um, they basically buy in you, right?
Yeah.
So tell folks a little bit about Kishan. Who is Kishan?
So Dominican born and raised, and basically I'm pretty cool, reserved, ambitious. So this is one of my many, for now, my many business plans and ideas. So right now we're just focusing on the moving and building this business, but there are a lot of other business ideas that I have as well that I want to indulge in. I'm also an entertainer. I'm a singer. My background actually, I used to be a school teacher. So I've dabbled in this and that.
So well-rounded, well-rounded. But as you said, tonight you're letting them know, and I wanted you to give them a background of who you are, because you can have somebody come into your house to move your stuff, and they can be pretty much like a bull in a china shop, so to speak, where they just rough up your stuff, and they they your stuff, and you're like, what happened?
There's,
Everything is scratched and
yeah,
but you're right. But if somebody understands your background, they
yeah,
understand that you're going to treat their their commodities, their personal property, as if it's yours, or even better than if it's yours.
yeah.
Do I have that right?
Yeah, definitely. So like it's a science to it, really. I mean, it seems like it's easy, like just taking stuff and you know, but there's a lot more that goes into it than just taking stuff and putting it in a truck. Like you have to be careful. You have to basically categorize items, fragile, what's not fragile, etc. Also, with moving, you have to be careful of the property, not just the what you're carrying, but also what is around you. The walls of the house, you don't want to damage the walls. You don't want to damage furniture. You don't want to damage floors. So there's a lot that goes into it.
Okay. Yeah, hold on a second. Yeah, we run. There's a little slideshow that we prepared to. Go ahead though. You can talk because it doesn't have audio also.
Okay.
Yeah. So you were saying that, yeah, it's so important because sometimes you're moving something in your own house and you're not paying attention, and swings, and you have a gash in your wall. So yeah, go ahead and talk about the science and the care that you take with it.
Yeah, so basically it's about angles, it's about physics. It's not just
Yeah.
about, because you have to basically based on the weight of the object, you have to figure out what is the best way to maneuver it. You have to figure out, equilibrium in order to be well balanced. Like you cannot have one mover having too much weight and the other one, so it's about a balance as well. So all these kinds of little things you have to figure out, and in order to make it a successful move. And like I said, we have those areas covered because I ensure that I teach my guys in speech as well as in action. I show them what to do, and I basically encourage them to do the same. And that way everybody's on the same page, and we avoid mishaps.
All right. So since you're talking about training and and you on here as the owner of a moving company, which makes you an expert in moving. I wanted to give our listeners a little bit of maybe a little hint in terms of lifting heavy things, or even better yet, in addition to about lifting heavy things, if somebody is preparing to move, what kind of advice you would give them in preparing their home to make it an easy process when you get there?
That is a great question that you brought up, because having everything packed is definitely at the top of the list, because we want to make your move as smooth as possible. But if you are packing as we're moving, one, you're gonna basically go overtime, which maybe most people don't want to do. But if you're packing while we're moving, that means that like I said, it's a science. So when everything is ready, we know exactly what we can analyze and look at the truck, look at the items and say, okay, we could put this here, that goes here, that goes here. But if as we're doing this, you are packing, that means that creates a possibility for items to get damaged, because then maybe after a bit we don't have enough space, and then we have to squeeze in something, and maybe that's not the best place to put it. So the most important thing I would say is that you have your stuff ready prior to us getting there, so we know exactly like this is what is being moved, and we can figure it out.
Right. So if part of your assignment, what they're engaging you for, does not include packing stuff, make sure that when you get there, they're ready for you. That's what I'm hearing.
Yes.
Okay. Well, we that's our half hour, I think, but I think we covered it. You serve mostly the Houston metro area. Although if the price is right, you're not adverse to move stuff from New York, right? And you strive to provide excellent service every time. So I'm gonna
Excellent.
give you the opportunity to make a spiel to encourage folks to use your business. Why should they use you instead of somebody else? Obviously, folks who have used you are satisfied because you have a 5-star rating. Repeat to them again how you can go about how they can go about finding you. I see Angela. Angela is your head of your PR department, and but she has big plans for you. She talks about international moving and shipping. Awesome. She must have picked up on the fact that you said that you were very ambitious. But I'm right in there with her because I want to wish you every success. But as I said, um, I um, I'm going to give you the opportunity to just big up flow movers and tell people why they should choose you and where they can find you and all that good stuff.
Okay, so flow movers, fast, loyal, organized, and we definitely stick to our name, and we definitely want to give the customer a great experience. So we are definitely fast. If you go back to the reviews that I was talking about from our customers, that is one thing that they always say, how fast and how efficient we are. Definitely loyal. Like we give our customers the best customer service possible. Organization, we have that on point as well. Like I said, we like things to be in a certain way. And with things being a certain way, we ensure the best possible moves. You can find me on U-Haul Moving Help, Flow Movers, FLO Movers, also on Hire a Helper, also FLO Movers as well. And I also have my own website, which is Flow Movers at Wix.com. And we are very reliable. Like I said, punctuality is one of our key things. Also, that's another thing that the customers like, because when you're moving, like it's stressful, and customers like the fact that you can be there on time and you can get what they need done. All right, so Flow Movers is your company. And like I said, if you need proof, you could visit those websites. You could read the reviews, the comments that those customers left. Appreciate you guys.
Awesome. So, Kishan, I wish you all the best. Flowmovers.com, folks. Don't forget flowmovers.com. If you're not in the Houston area, contact them anyway if you want some advice on how to get your stuff together for your move. Um, Kishan is a young man, very ambitious and very reliable. And the first thing that he said when I asked him about his business is that he put a high emphasis on punctuality, and that I think goes a very long way. Folks, this is what I'm doing on this weekend interview this year is just bigging up businesses. Our local people need the exposure, they need the support, and I every week I invite you to just send me whatever information about the businesses that you have. I see Angela is on here. I see on Facebook that she has a brand Island Girls or something like that. So Angela, you should drop me a line so we can have you on. But tonight we all about flow movers, flow movers. Find them on Newhall Moving Helpers. Just Google them, you will find them. And Kishon, I want to say congratulations. I want to say I wish you all the best.
Appreciate it.
Thank you so much for sharing your business with us. Definitely, we're going to have you back to talk about your business as it grows. Angela is wishing you international shipping. I think out of Houston there's a need for that actually. I remember when I used to live in Houston. It was a real challenge to get stuff out of Houston into the Caribbean. So she probably knows what she's talking about. But thank you so much, man.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it. Have a
You know,
blessed one.
it's my real pleasure. And listeners, I'll just drop it right here. As Kishan said, he's an entertainer. I've already invited him to come on and talk about that other part of his life. He's a magnificent and wonderful singer. If you haven't listened to him, you should Google him on YouTube. Go search for him on YouTube. K Flow is his entertainment name. But for tonight, he's definitely here as the owner and the principal of Flow Movers. So thank you again, Kishan. Listeners, this is where we take a quick break. We'll get a word from our sponsors, and when we come back, we are going to be joined by Mary Benjamin and Rosalind McLean. They're going to talk to us about Love Alone charity and the work that they're doing in assisting folks in Dominica. Some of them are homeless, some of them need a little help, some of them, a little bit down, and they need a hug, and so on. So Angela, I saw Angela put something on there. Island Things, islandthings.com is the name of her business. So, just for being such a good cheerleader for Kishan, we give you a little exposure. But contact me so you can get your own time in the spotlight. All right, Angela? But quick break. Let's get a word from the sponsors, and then we will be
Appreciate
back
it.
on with Mary and Tim.
Have a good
Kishan,
one.
thank you so much. Yeah, okay, thank you.
If you live in Canada, the US, and the UK and are looking for Dominica products including cocoa sticks, bay rum, coffee, soaps, crafts, and other popular Dominica items, then look no further. You can now shop on BuyDominicaOnline.com, a secure, easy-to-navigate website selling a wide variety of Dominica-made and Dominica-inspired products. When you shop on BuyDominicaOnline.com, you are helping to grow Dominica's economy. Go to BuyDominicaOnline.com and enjoy home away from home.
People say I've got a great smile. Well, I have to say, this is all thanks to the professional team at Beacon Dental Group right here in Dorchester, Massachusetts. I've got world-class dental care. Beacon Dental Group has expert and caring staff dedicated to providing the most advanced and satisfactory treatment in all aspects of oral health. Their services are designed to meet your needs and give you a perfect smile, too. General checkups, cosmetic surgery, Gemini laser service, and advanced procedures, all in a state-of-the-art facility. Call or visit Beacon Dental Group today, 1026 Blue Hill Avenue, Dorchester, Massachusetts, or call 617-282-2146 for a smile that lights the world.
Right. Welcome back, listeners. We should be joined by Mary and Roslyn. I see Mary is on, but her camera is not showing. Mary, if you dare say something. But anyhow, while we wait for Mary and Roslyn to join us, the reason why I invited them on for the second half of the show uh, is that Mary was doing a lot of work with Yellow, Mary Augustine, who had been homeless or really almost living on the streets for decades, for maybe almost 20 years. And we all see the work that she's done with her and made tremendous progress. But as with all of those things, it ebbs and it flows, and there seems to be a little bit of a reversal. And so Mary is trying to organize to get Yellow a little more consistent help in an environment that encourages her to be consistent. And so she has a GoFundMe. She's started a GoFundMe to raise some funds to help with that and to just help with the charity in general. And so I invited her on, and she's supposed to be joined by Roslyn, who she told me is one of her firmest supporters. And I wanted Roslyn to come on because I want to encourage you guys to really look at what they're doing and support her. Roslyn is saying that she's here, but we're not seeing you. Roslyn, Sam sent you a link, so you need to go to that link and click on that link, and it will take you into the chat. Not into the chat, but as a participant. You're here on the chat, but you're supposed to be here on camera. So we sent you a link. Sam, I don't know if you know. We, I'm not sure why she's saying she's here. Hi, Angie. Angie was my host in Anguilla. I was in Anguilla 2 weeks ago. I had a really wonderful time. So I see Angie's here. I want to say thank you to you for your great hospitality, family, right? It was awesome. So, my listeners, while I'm waiting for them to come, I don't know if you know that yesterday was World Water Day. And so I intended to mention that as well. And so when being from Dominica, most of us, and even if we're not from Dominica or from the Caribbean, so we either in Dominica where we have a lot of water that we need to be taken care of. There's Roslyn. Oh, hi Roslyn.
Hi.
Welcome. I see Mary struggling. Come on. Um, but in the meantime, I mean, you can help us here because um, Mary says that you are almost the number one, if not the number one supporter of her charity, Love Alone charity. And so that is why when she's coming on to try, I'm bringing Mary on here to help educate my listeners about Love Alone and to encourage them to support. And therefore, I wanted you to join her so you can tell listeners about your motivation and your experience um, in terms of supporting the causes like what Mary has. So first of all, let me tell you, welcome, a very warm welcome to you to this speaking interview.
Thank you so much, Anthony Drago, for having me on the show tonight. I think I will tell Mary to scroll down a little and click enter studio. Maybe that's what she's not getting to enter into the studio. But yes,
Mm,
pardon me.
no, no, go ahead, go ahead.
Yes, yes. So yes, I'll tell you how I met Mary. I was listening one Sunday afternoon to TDN TDN radio with
The other
Levi.
day you listen to TDN radio, right?
Yeah, with Levi Loeblatt one Sunday. And
Excellent,
yeah,
yeah.
she was on. I was listening to the program, and here this lady came on talking about yellow and how has this charity and she's helping to helping the rather unfortunate ones at home. And I right away I just called in and donated. I did not waste any time to ask any questions. I just figure, well, she's on with Levi. I know Levi very well, and it's reputable. So since I just donated, I gave my full donation and full support right then and there. Um, I I have been doing that up here too in New York. Giving donations to people. The homeless here in New York, people on the subway and stuff. So it came easy. And also I've been donating to Dominica as well. I've been donating to Dominica on different drives that Dominican people have. And I've been sending, food barrels or whatever they ask for, I donate. And I try my best to help out the best way I can, put it this way. So this came at the right time for me. It came at the right time because I always wanted to have that footing to be able to donate to the grotto or in the homeless or in Dominica. But I wanted to do it not just to give, but through a charity, through something that speaks. And here this
Right.
young lady came on the radio, and I just decided, okay, good, and I just donated right away. And ever since I was the first one to donate, they had not even finished the conversation and the telephone rang and I said, yes, I'm going to be here for my support. And I've been doing that ever since. I haven't stopped. I don't see why I should stop. And actually, I enjoy doing it, collecting
That's what
clothes.
I was going to ask you, because you sound like a diva, and and what motivates you to give? What does it feel like to be a diva? What makes you continue to give?
Um, there are many factors to this. I can just attribute to, I came from Dominica, from Goodwill, although we lived in Goodwill and I came from a Severn family, there were still hard times as well. My father was a giver, the biggest giver you could ever come across. He gave a lot from his garden. He gave a lot of himself. And I think I got that from him. I could say, seeing him doing, this giving away, especially food from his garden and, helping people, doing services for no payment, no repayment or anything. So I have seen that at home as a child growing up. And here in New York, I myself fell in some hard times, real hard times in New York. New York has not been a bed of roses. And I was on the receiving end at one time. It had been really rocky roads. So being on both ends of the yardstick, and being it been my nature to just give if I can. I find it quite easy to do that. So, and I think is I'm not doing it by myself. I pull my team with me. I have a few
Right.
friends I can call and say, "Hey, I need to do this, that, the other," and they are on with me. So that way we could do it together. So that I think that's what it is. Being experiencing the hard times as well. And
Right. So you understand how important it is to give,
oh yes.
because the person who you giving to, like, if I give somebody a $5, And that $5 might be simple to you. But there's Mary.
Yes,
Welcome. That $5 might be simple to you, but that $5 might give somebody a warm meal on a cold day, or it
definitely.
might be the first meal that person has had for 2 days.
Yes, most
So
definitely. Yeah, many occasions, times I have just bought a meal for someone. You know,
right, right.
I see, the homeless on the street. Somebody standing asking for food. I'd go to the restaurant and probably see a person asking, who's really begging, and people are ignoring them. And I would just tell them, go to the cashier and get whatever you want. I've done
No,
that many
certainly. Let me
times.
see if Mary can let me see if Mary can hear us. Mary, can you hear us? Can we hear you? Oh boy.
Yes, you
You know,
can.
Mary's in Dominica, and sometimes I guess the internet connection
Internet.
can be a little
Yeah.
bit challenging in that regard. Mary,
Yes,
what
hi.
I there you go, there you go, there you go, there you go. Welcome. Yeah, it's sticky, it's sticky.
Yeah.
So, have you contributed to Rosalind? Have you contributed to the GoFundMe?
Oh yes,
That
I was the first one on board. I was the first one to donate. Yes, I was the first one on board. As soon as it came out, because
Mhm.
we were trying to have it done for a while. I've been talking to her, and I think that's one of the ideas I gave her to do this GoFundMe. Hopefully, that would bring in some income to do what we're trying to do. And as soon as it was, we tried different, and it didn't work. But finally, you know, it worked. And as soon as it came out, I popped in my donation.
Yes, certainly.
Yeah.
And listeners, what we will do is, Sam, I don't know if you can put the link for the GoFundMe in the chat so listeners can have it. Um, but I will also put it on my personal Facebook page, and I will put it on this week in interviews Facebook page. I will post it as a story. So listeners, I want to encourage you, and it's right there in the chat. I want to encourage you to help out, because we know Dominica is a little tough, um, and for what Mary does, she's doing most of it from her pocket, and with help from people like Rosalind and so on. And so all the help that she can get will be helpful to say it in that way. Um, the concept, I think, is that with the funds that she's trying to raise, she's trying to get Yellow into an environment where her care is more consistent, um, more. I don't want to say professional in the sense that I'm saying that what Mary's doing is not professional. Mary works from her heart, but sometimes you need that actual environment, because that person needs a 24/7 type of immersion to help
Exactly.
them to get over some hurdles, and that's what she's trying to do. So all of the folks who are so happy and gushing and moved by what she was doing with Yellow. This
Mhm.
is your chance now to go and give your $5, give your $10, give your $100, give your $500. Give
That's right.
give to the point where it hurts you a little bit. Okay, don't just like when you go church and you just put the small change in the thing, but give to the point where it hurts just a little bit. Not you know what you can tolerate, and that's what I would encourage you because you've seen the work that Mary does, and so you know your money is going to get put to use to excellent use. Mary, whenever you run, just say something so we can don't forget you. Though you don't have to wait for us to pause. One of the things maybe you can try is if the connection is awful, turn the camera off and we can just do audio. Maybe with that less demand, you might get a better connection. But Mary,
Right.
say something. I mean,
Apparently she
yeah,
can't hear you. Yeah.
How do you hear me?
apparently
Oh, she's on.
we heard that. So just go ahead. Good night.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I heard that loud and clear. Yeah, it comes in fits and starts.
Can you hear
So the
me?
GoFund, yes, but can you hear us? It doesn't sound like you can hear us.
I'm hearing you.
Yeah, so we're hearing you too, but it's just that it's breaking up. It's coming in pieces.
Proper.
Yeah. You know, I have bad. I shouldn't say
Yes.
bad luck. I have challenges. Last time I had Mary and Yellow on, and we had similar issues. So we have to work on that.
Anthony,
What
you're
did you say,
cutting
Mary?
off. I'm hearing half of what you're saying.
Yeah, we over here in Hawaii, but we heard that full sentence. So go ahead and say good night to the listeners. All right. I was just saying that we have to work on Mary.
The internet,
Mary,
internet.
if you can hear us, just go ahead and talk. There seems to be a major delay. So just if when you hear this, just go ahead and give your intro, whichever one of us is talking, just pause when we hear you come on. So just go ahead and say
Voice
something
can
to
be
the
reached
listeners.
tonight. Good evening to everyone, wherever my voice can be reached. Auntie Mary Love Alone is in the house. Hi, Rosaline, and hi, Anthony. Good evening.
Keep going. Tell people about Love Alone Foundation. Charity.
Thanks for
Yeah. So it's a struggle, but I think we are achieving what we want to achieve in the sense that I wanted to introduce you listeners to the fact that Mary's charity it's a
I was listening.
registered
I was listening.
nonprofit.
Rosaline was one of my first supporter with Auntie Mary Love Alone. I was
Yeah. Mary, we have to do this with you another
on
time.
Live
We
I
have
Love
to talk.
Black, and before I could hang up the
Uh-huh.
phone, she's one of the first person to donate to Auntie Mary Love Alone charity, and she have never stopped. And I want to thank you so much, Rosaline. I honestly, I
Yeah.
think we support.
We,
In
yeah.
terms of Yellow, I'm trying my best to get her in a rehab. She's ready and she's willing to go. Willing and she's ready to. We are working tireless on that day and night to have Yellow off the street. She's ready and she want to go. I haven't seen the doctor. Everything is okay. It's just about time. And Yellow need a lot of if you want
Mhm.
persons can assist us and contribute so we can help her back on her feet again.
Mary, I think what we have to do is I have to arrange for you to go to a studio in Dominica so we can have a proper interview. Because it's the second time we're trying to do this while you're in Girodale, and it's just a challenge. And
Thank you so
so
much, and thank you so much, Rosaline. And
yeah, and so we'll arrange to have Mary back as well. But I think what I wanted to do tonight, we've achieved it. I wanted to let our listeners know that there is a GoFundMe drive on that's intended to get some help to Mary so that she can continue to help Yellow and get like she's taken it from 0 to 70, and that move is going to take her from 70 to 90, 95. And then once she gets there, then she can come back into the community, get the support, and really sustain the progress that she's made. And that's what I wanted. That was my objective for tonight, and I think I have achieved it. Listeners, don't disappoint me. When I go on the GoFundMe page tomorrow, I want to see some movement.
Yes.
Go on there and donate. Donate what you can right now. And if you go if and next week if you can donate some more when you get paid, do that too. But don't wait tonight. Don't put it off. Go on and make a donation. The link um, the link to it is GoFundMe. It's right here. Okay, so it's on the screen, and also I'm going to put the link on the Facebook page and on the Facebook page of this weekend interview and TDN Radio, TDN TV, so that you can get easy access to it. But Rosin, I'm going to give you some final words. I'm going to have you back, listeners. You know, Rosin is an author. She was on before
I'm sure she can answer.
um,
I
with
am not
as part of and she has a book out now. So Rosin, very soon I'm going to bring you on to talk about your writing.
Okay.
Yeah, we've spoken about that, but tonight I want to close off with some final words, and then we'll see if we can squeeze in some final words from Mary, but we definitely have to get her back.
Yes. Thank you so much, Anthony Drago, for this forum tonight, trying to promote the GoFundMe for Mary's charity, Love Alone charity. It's a very good means to help the rather unfortunate at home. I have donated quite a few barrels, clothes, food, and I am appealing to Dominica and Dominicans to dig into their pockets and give. I know things hard everywhere. I keep hearing this thing, oh, things are hard in Dominica, things are tight. Things are hard and things are tight everywhere. New York is no different. But if everyone in Dominica, or every business in Dominica, I think I mentioned that to Mary at one time, even Mr. Drago. If every business or everybody in Dominica give at least $10, everybody, even the businesses, everybody, say you had 20 employees. All 20 employees give $10. That's 200. And if you take it like that and donate, there are so many businesses in Dominica. Go down to Roseau, go walk through the streets, you see all those shops and stores and restaurants and so. If every business employee give $10 and donate that to the cause, it will work. Yeah, you don't have to be $10,000. Just you have 15 employees, you have $10 by 15. You donate that. And if everyone in Dominica do that, Portsmouth all over Dominica, Thibault all over Dominica, if everybody do just that, even the radio station, TDN has 10 employees, $10, 10 by 20, 10 by 10 is 100. And that's what I mean, just an example. Then we'll be able to collect this and not only help Yellow. There are other people that we could help too. Yellow is just a start. You have a lot of people that we donate food and clothes and everything to. Yeah, that could be part of the donation. So so that's my take on it right now. If one would just dip a little.
No, I agree with you, because sometimes we hear these things and we figure, oh, Rosalind gives, so I don't have to give. And Rosalind might be saying, Mary giving, so I don't have to give. But you are responsible for yourself.
Exactly.
Instead of thinking that somebody else is giving, so you don't have to give. Think about it as you give and I give, so together we can definitely make it work. All right.
Yes.
So look out for the GoFundMe. It's there. It's right up here. Just we will post it on the Facebook page and so on. Just make sure. Mary, I don't know if you can hear us, jump in and give a final word, but as I said, I'm going to have you back, but this time I want to get you into a studio where we can be assured of a good internet connection and a successful interview, because I'm so anxious to interview
just to wrap up, I honestly
internet.
Wouldn't, because honestly, since I started the charity, I am more or less on my own. Rosalind send the barrel, Rosalind send the stock. Most of the things I have to do myself. So
so we got the gist of that. You know, she's saying that she's doing a lot
On her
herself.
own. Mm-hmm.
Um, we certainly, you know, as Martha says, thank you for mobilizing change. We appreciate you. So, Rosalind, although we only got a little bit of you
Mm.
tonight,
It's
we're
okay.
able to communicate the message, and I think the
Yes.
listeners, the message was communicated to the listeners.
Yes. I
And that is really the objective, is to really encourage people to go and help with this specific cause.
mm,
And as I said, I will organize a proper interview with Mary, make sure that we have a good location with a proper connection, so we
yes.
can really talk, and we can really find out what else she's doing, because I know she talked to me about doing a cleanup campaign because in
Yes.
Dominica, because she's worried about the amount of trash
Mm-hmm.
that's all over the island. So she's doing additional stuff that I think listeners would find interesting. But for tonight, I want you to go on and contribute to the GoFundMe page. Before the show tonight, I went on and I made my contribution. Just so, because when I come on here, I want to be able to tell you that I made my contribution. Go with
Yes.
yours,
Yes. Yes.
you know.
Yeah.
And give what you can. Don't, you know, if what you can give is $5, give $5. If what you can give is 10 or 100, give what you can give. Stretch yourself just a little, and give. So this is
And
where we have to end it because it's after 9. But Rosalind, as I said, I'm going to have you on in your own capacity as a writer,
thank you.
because you have some very, very interesting work
Thank you.
that I want to introduce the listeners to. So you'll be
Yeah.
back, Mary will be back, and listeners will definitely be back next week. Um, Next week we are going to talk. We're going to introduce you to the new season coming up of Redemption Road. So Sam and Nicole and some of the others will be on talking about Redemption Road. It's still
For
going strong.
Saturday,
Still going strong. What did you say, Mary?
yeah. What? Sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. We'll get you back on. As you always say, love alone. I guess tonight, um, the
Yep.
people who are in control wanted your message to be told by me and Rosalind more than from you. And I think Rosalind did an excellent job with that. And the little bit that we heard from you, we got the gist of it. So this is where I'm going to leave it. I'm going to say thank you to my guests. Rosalind, thanks for coming on. Thank you,
Thank
Mary. Thank you, Kishan from Flow Movers. And all of you, audience, I really appreciate the participation and the animation and the enthusiasm. And if you're doing a business and you're offering a service, today somebody asked me if I knew somebody who prepares taxes on accountant. So just send me a quick note, drop me a line, let me know what services you offer, what business you're in, because 2022 is all about empowering you as you go about providing service to the listeners. And so I want to say good night, and I will see you next week. Enjoy the rest of the week. Stay safe. I hope you're having a good week so far. Love alone. Love
you.
alone, according to me. Love alone makes it happen.
Difference. Yes.
Rosalind, we'll
Thank you
talk
so
about what date is coming on. Hopefully it will
much.
be
Okay.
April.
Okay.
And I'll arrange with Mary. We'll see what we have on hand in Dominica,
Mhm.
so we can get you into a studio or a location where we can have a seamless and uninterrupted, really, really vibing conversation. Thank you to my producer, Sam, and everybody else at on this weekend interview. Remember, yesterday was World Water Day, so take care of what you throw anywhere, because it always ends up in the water. No matter where you throw it, it ends up in the water unless you dispose of it properly. So good night, everybody, and thank you for tuning in, and we will see you again next week. Good evening.
Thank you. Okay. Good night. Good evening.